Hi, my name is Ryan Satin. I'm a product specialist with New Leader Manufacturing. I'm here today at our plant in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And today what I want to talk to you about is how to make sure your G5 spinner frame is adjusted properly. First, what we're going to do is we need to check and see if we have over an 1/8 inch of play in our spinner frame. As you can see, this spinner frame is outside of the 1/8 inch of movement. And now what we're going to do is we're going to show you how do you go about adjusting your spinner frame so that it is within spec. Now we're underneath the machine looking at the spinner frame assembly from the front of it looking towards the back. You can see here, you can see our 4-aft cylinder and located directly above the 4-aft cylinder here where I'm pointing is a 1/2 inch bolt, 1/2 inch jack bolt that is tied into a poly pad. You can hear as I'm pushing it, you can hear how it's loose. That's one indicator, a very good indicator that we need to adjust our fan frame. What I'm going to do is, once I know that that poly pad is loose, I simply take the jam nut loose and I'm going to rotate the jack nut or the jack bolt in. Okay, now that pad now the pad isn't moving around anymore. That's actually a little bit too tight. So I'm going to back it off. Back it off a little more. Okay, there I can hear it move. Tighten it just to the point where you can no longer hear the poly pad moving back and forth. Next, we have one other set of adjustments that we need to make on the fan frame to properly tension it. And that is going to be, we need to adjust the 2 bolts here that you can see that are on this plate. And what they control, and you'll need a 9/16 inch wrench. These slide left to right. And all that does is it adjusts the amount of rotation that the spinner frame is allowed to make. I'm going to go ahead and slide this plate, this retainer plate, all the way over to the left. And as you can see, these bolts sit in slanted, slotted tabs. As I move it to the left, it's going to loosen up the retainer plate and hook. And if I move it to the right, it's going to tighten that plate and hook up. And what that does is it limits the amount of vertical motion that my G5 spinner frame has. Okay, we moved it over just a little bit farther than where it was at before. Now we're going to go ahead and snug up one of the bolts and go check it. Okay, I've adjusted the retainer hook and plate, and now I'm going to go ahead and check the spinner frame for proper vertical motion. All right, we have our required 1/8 inch of movement on the spinner frame, and we are good to go. You're going to want to inspect your G5 spinner frame at least once a week. Or another indication would be if you start having spinner frame alarms, or you get a home position sensor alarm or home position not detected alarm. Okay, this concludes our video on how to properly tension your G5 spinner frame. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to contact your authorized New Leader dealer. Thank you, and have a safe day.